Yeah.
Wanted to sit at home, take a shower, and be in bed and relax and think about food.
You think they did okay? We'll go to half guard because a lot of you guys end up in half guard unknowingly. And I think you should know what to do a little bit from the top, a little bit from the bottom. You know, whether it's submissions, passes, or sweeps if you're on the bottom. I don't mind getting caught in somebody's half guard if I'm on the top because there's still a lot of shit you can do. But it goes both ways. It's a weird position where it's like almost the same kind of attacks in both directions. So we'll play with that a little bit. Hey, Cinda, we're gonna hold our breath until you get dressed. So if we die, it's your fault. Expeditiously, please. Expeditiously.
I'm going.
Closer to RDL.
What does half guard look like?
It's when you have one leg like trapped. Like if they have one leg between yours and you have one leg between theirs.
Okay.
I'm gonna show the position and we're gonna like I'm gonna make sure that you understand right before we do anything else.
Okay.
And then the technique will be really easy today. I promise. It's not gonna be like some 10-step shit with.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't like that stuff. I don't fucking pay attention. After 3 steps, what?
I know. I should have been in the kids class.
Really basic. It's just that. See how she has one leg trapped between mine, and I have one leg trapped between hers. That's the half guard. Pretty simple. Now there's a lot of variations of the half guard. You'll see like knee up high, knee low, and then you'll see what's called a deep half, where I'm pretty much wrapped around one leg. Okay, we're just gonna keep it real simple from here. Maybe there's gonna be times where we use the knee shield, because what's gonna happen usually if you have a half guard is these people want to pressure often, right? And I don't want that. So I can use this to try to keep her back or keep her weight off of me. Be mindful that if they are leg lockers, that you are a little bit exposed with this top leg here for toe holds and heel hook setups, especially if you're not really tight on the legs, okay? All right, so we're gonna start super duper simple. Actually, I wanna start with sweeps, but we're gonna get to back takes and then we're gonna start touching on some submissions. Okay, probably one of my favorite setups, whether they're up high or they're here or I'm here, which will be a little harder to do here, is to scoop underneath this leg and hit some kind of sweep. Actually, I've been doing it a lot this last week, just to kind of see how everybody's responding to it. So I'm gonna start even more basic without that. She's gonna come to pressure me, okay? If she's doing her thing, she got some weight, maybe she's live toes here or whatever, right? I need to make sure that I can clear this arm because this is gonna be probably my biggest obstacle. And then, if possible, I want this arm to trail. Let's just try it with just one arm though. I need to be able to clear her arm, and I'm gonna underhook her leg and kind of get her to do the splits a little bit, right? If I'm here and I still have control over her head, I can just bring my hands together and I can roll her over, okay? If I go a little bit lower on her leg, I can rock her back that way. Right? Simple enough. That's if I keep my arm around her neck. Sometimes if they give me the space, or I can create the space, I'll go 2-on-1. And essentially it's the same thing. When I go 2-on-1 and I take her this way, often they'll try to crawl. And then what I need to do is kind of sit up and force them to their, oh she farted, force them to their butt. Or it's the same thing. I will try to go low on the leg here, and I'll try to knock them back to get them onto their butt. Okay? So I just showed you 4 different variations of the same shit. We're gonna start super simple. Okay? One arm. She's under pressure. Okay? I pull her in. Okay? I gotta clear the arm so I don't get choked. I'm gonna dive. I'm gonna bring the knee as close as I can to my chest. If I can bring my hands together, cool. If not, I'm just gonna hold. Okay? And I'm gonna try to roll her over for the sweep. Easy enough? Does anybody need to see that again? That's as Barney as it gets. All right, let's give it a try. Question for some people, at least for people who think strategy, you're like, what about their free arm, right? Because she could still catch herself. If I'm here, right? If I go to roll her post, okay, that can happen. Okay, I'm not super worried about that because then we're gonna switch to here. We're here, right? We're gonna slide down the leg. Okay, so I'm just taking my hand over my head, and I'm gonna roll her toward her butt. And then from here, I get my pass. Okay, so everything else is still the same. Okay. I feel like people are gonna start using these sweeps a lot now. Okay. Pressure, good. Get rid of that shit. Okay. I'll trap it with my head and neck. I scoop, she posts, Okay? And the idea usually is if I'm here and she doesn't post, it's usually because I'm just doing it quick, explosive, or maybe she thinks that, you know, she wants to roll to get to her back or whatever. But I'd say I'm probably like a 70% success, which is pretty high for anything. Even if they're posted, like I could usually, if she posts, I can usually still get the roll. Because maybe she gets the pressure on her elbow or shoulder or something like that. Whatever the case is, more often than not, or what they say, 60% of the time it works every time. All right, so we're here. She frames though. She doesn't let me roll her. We're trying. See, look at that. It just happens, right? Try to hold yourself. Like you mean it. There you go. Right now she's resisting. Okay, take her the other way. Easy enough. All right, let's try it. Back. So, oh shit, I still have your neck. So when I'm here and she catches herself, right, she's trying to push herself in the other direction. So she's giving me kinetic energy to go this way. And then guess what? I have my arm that I can use, plus her own push, right? Those two things, this and that, are creating energy to go that way, okay? If I take away her, I'm trying really hard. Now let me use somebody taller because, of course, I have an advantage. Let me see, who wants to be Uki just for this? Okay, yeah, height and weight, just good.
John got volunteered.
And so right here, good. So I hit to here, all right? And I go to take him that way, he frames, and honestly, he's barely even moving as it is, right? Now, this, I'm not going so much at his neck. I'm kind of turning his head because it kind of makes his spine weak and he loses a lot of that muscle recruitment to hold himself in place. I'm sure he feels the difference between that and that, right? And then I scoop up, right? Between that and that. See how he's a little bit more compelled to turn over? And you can go ahead and resist, bro. I'm okay with you. Like, fight back. Like, I want you to try and keep your weight this way now. Okay? See, you can see, but now if I go down here and do the same thing, I want you to still hold place, like don't really over. I can feel how much stronger he is here, but if I turn his head and keep that tension, there it is. And that's him giving me some resistance. Now usually, come back up, I want to hit the sweep, take him that way. That's, so he's trying to push back this way. As soon as I hear that hand or feel that hand hit, then, oh, he's fucking low over there. There you go. As soon as that hits, then I roll him over. Try to use that momentum. There it is, you okay? So that's why that works. Most of the time.
Stretch me out.
Nothing works all the time. Sorry, bro.
Yeah.
All right, get a quick drink, you guys.